Even HDB want to attract all the buyers now.
Their marketing tagline is basically like they compare already.
Hey, I can buy a whole new 4-room flat in Sembawang. You
can buy
change to
two
flat.
You can buy two flats. Got wrong or not? That's something got wrong or not?
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Property Wealth Pod. I'm Joel, and as usual, this is Hello.
Hello everyone. Today we are diving deep into the BTO launch for 2026 in February. Okay, so and the full breakdown on where they are, what's on offer, okay, the prices that the government has confirmed, and of course the nearby prices, so you can compare them each and every one. Okay, no fluff, just facts.
Actually, they are not only talking about the February one, they actually announced the June one together, no?
Oh, June 1 also, yes.
Yeah, we are also going to cover the June one, so let's get straight into it.
Okay.
So, in February 2026 exercise, HDB announced 9,012 flats will be launched for the BTO and sales of balance flats.
There's a lot of them, right?
Yeah. Of these, 4,692 flats were across 6 projects in Bukit Merah, Sembawang, Tampines, and Toa Payoh. And the rest, 4,320, were sales of balance flats. So actually, if you look at this, wow, this one almost 1-to-1.
Yeah, there's a lot of flats. Okay, and I believe there's a lot of them is also going to finish hang also.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, and then all these BTO projects, right, comes with the classification. Okay, the new classification, the 3 types, the standard, the plus, and the prime. Okay, which will of course affect things like grant amount and resale restriction. Okay, let's break down each launch and verify each of the selling price and of course the nearby resale comparison.
Okay, so first one, they launched Sembawang.
Sembawang, yes.
Voyage and Sembawang Tech.
Voyage and Berlayar, these are the standard projects. Okay, so these are the price table for the 2-room flexi, for those that retiree and all this. Okay, the prices start from 150,000. That is before grant. Okay, so you get a grant of about 30,000, or after all the grant, right, you can actually buy it at 30,000. 30,000 for a flat, bro. After all the grant, yeah, man. Getting after all
maximum grant,
yes. If you are getting the 120,000 grant in totality, you get a flat for 30,000.
Hey, that one not enough. Can't even buy cars, Nowadays, COE is so high.
The depreciation for a car is more than 30,000.
1 year depreciation, if you buy Continental car, 30,000 already.
Yeah. So let's compare a bit on the surrounding prices. The prices around there, right, for the 2-room flexi, right, can go up to about 330,000, 340,000, upwards of 400,000. Right?
Yeah. So I mean, so the next one is basically the 3-room flats.
Okay.
They start from 261,000 before grant, and then after grant, again minus max out, you pay only about 156,000. That's about almost COE price already. Nowadays, we all compare things to COE, very jialat. So, and the resale nearby is going for 460 to 560,000.
Yeah, that's quite a high price because the 3-room flat over there is very, very new. The very new one. So the 4-room flat over there, they start from 304,000. So after all the grant, okay, you should be able to get it at 224,000. Okay, compared to the resale prices around there is 585 to about 675. No wonder our resale unit not running. All go to the BTO.
All go BTO already. So for the 5-room flat, it's 439,000, starting from 439,000. After grant, it's going to be about 384,000. And the nearby resale going for about 715 to 820. So again, all these numbers are not Nipu one. These numbers actually come out from announced by HDB themselves.
So now they do a table, they compare to their price and the resale prices. That's what we should be doing as agent.
Now the HDB also doing the job agent really.
So so today is real. Our resale market share is being taken away by the BTO.
Yeah.
That is a fact already. We need to accept that already.
Yeah. So actually, when you look at it, it's actually a massive gap between the BTO and resale, right? For example, the 4-room flats, right? You're looking at about 224,000 after grant versus a 585,000 plus at resale, right?
Yeah.
So even if you factor in the age and the location, I mean location similar, right? That's quite significant.
Actually, right now, really the BTO, the government is trying to let it known that it's actually cheaper than the resale.
Yeah, so I mean, as per all, I mean, we have done quite a few videos informing all of you here of the governments. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the government, but basically what their intention is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next we got Tampines.
One is
right?
Tampines Breeze, that's a standard, and then the Tampines Nova, that's the plus.
Okay, so in Tampines, again, these two projects, Tampines Bliss has 3-room and 4-room flats. The 3-room from 363,000. So after grant, 258,000. And the nearby resale is going for 530 to 580,000.
Oh, that's a 280,000 difference. Okay, so the 4-room starts from 481,000. Okay, after grant is 401,000. Okay, the nearby resale is 688 to 758. Okay, all these are out in the HDB website.
200 over thousand to 300 over $1,000 difference for a 4-room flat.
Yes, that's a lot.
Actually, if you reverse that, you look back, for 300 over 1,000, I can buy a whole new 4-room flat in Sembawang. You can buy 2 flats. You can buy 2 flats.
You can buy 2 flats.
But HDB say cannot. Sorry. Okay, next, Tampines Nova. Okay, this one is plus scheme. So plus scheme, basically they will have subsidy clawback plus a 10-year MOP.
So I'm very surprised that they got 2-room flexi for the plus.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it's going to be more affordable, and also it's actually meant for the downgraders, for the elderly to downgrade. In my opinion, all this is my take. So they will put it there so that at least the elderly can get more amenities that is more accessible.
Yeah.
Okay, so for 2-room flexi, Tampines Nova will be from 197,000. After grant, 77,000. Still cheaper than COE. Nearby resale actually quite crazy. 420,000 to 440,000. So if you get full grants, it's going to be 77,000 versus 400 over 1,000.
It's a very straightforward choice.
Yeah.
A 4-room over there, 459,000. After grant is about 404,000. Compared to the resale, 738,000 to 828,000.
Wow, so
That's like 300,000 difference now.
yeah, another $300,000 difference.
Yeah. So even in the mature estate as like the Tampines, okay, so the BTO are actually very, very effectively priced compared to the resale. Okay, particularly with all the grants involved. Okay.
Okay, so next we've got Toa Payoh Kim Kiat Crest. So this is also a plus scheme.
Yeah, plus scheme. So the prices, we have the official prices also. So the 2-room flexi over there, starting from 203,000. Okay. If after grant is 83,000.
Okay. At Kim Kiat there, wow, for 83,000, not bad.
Not bad. It's like
Good location.
good location. It's of course it's a plus. That's why they put it a plus. Okay. So the nearby resort, they don't have data for us because around there they don't have 2-room flexi.
First time.
Yeah, around there first time.
So for the 3-room flats, before grant 356,000, after grant 266,000, nearby resale 710 to 768,000.
That's a lot of difference there.
That's
very big the difference.
That's almost $500,000 difference.
Almost. Yeah. If you look at the top end, it's almost 500.
500 over.
Yeah. So the 4-room over there, there's starting from 455,000. After grant, it's going to be 400,000. Then the nearby resale, listen, the number, 850,000 to 1.09 million.
Wow, this one the most quite 恶心 恶心 kind of price gap. So if you take the 4-room, hypothetically, I say if you put it in this way hey, I buy the Kim K 4-room flat, I don't take grant I tell HDB I don't need your grant. I sell away next time hey, I times 2
Must remember this one plus
10 years later I times 2 lor. When they claw back lor, right?
So the challenge is of course the resale ceiling the not resale ceiling, the income ceiling next time
Yeah.
So we don't know what will happen but it's a 15-year-old. It's 15 years later.
10 years later problem.
15 years.
Why am I 15 years?
Because when they built already 5 years it's another 10 years. So it's 15 years.
That's true. Okay, next we've got Bukit Merah. This one, I think on everybody's radar, right?
Yeah.
Hot place.
This one is the prime one.
Yeah, this is the only prime one in this batch. Redhill Peaks at Bukit Merah. The 2-room flexi starting from 215,000. So after grants, 95,000. Nearby resale, also this one don't have because this is the first.
Yeah. Then the 3-room starting from 385,000. Okay. After grant is 295,000. The resale around there 628,000 to 828,000. Oh, the number is
For that one, this one is again times 2, times 2.5, times 3 one. And
2 times
close
2,
to 3 times 3 already.
around there.
Alright, so the 4-room flat, 563,000 starting from. And after grants, it's going to be 508,000. Nearby resale going for 915. Just now, yours was 1.09 at Kim K, right? This one is 1.135 million in the nearby resale.
Yes. And of course, prime projects, right, will have a higher subsidy and a different resale condition. Normally, the clawback is going to be higher than the plus. Okay, so this is rough. Only time they differ is the clawback in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, the number you look at it 508,000 4-room versus more than 900,000 number is actually.
I mean, you take somewhere in the middle, 915 to 1.1, we somewhere in the 1 million.
50% of the
times 2 lor, so you times 2 already lor. Alright.
This is the number that the government is actually pushing out, right, to help everybody get into a property. Yeah, because everybody complain very expensive.
So they offer higher subsidy, but then again, they will claw back more. They will also have income ceiling on the next purchaser, and all of that
This is really the time that we see there's a significant difference in terms of the price difference.
Yes, correct.
Last time don't have this kind of number one.
Yeah, don't have times 2 like that one.
Yeah, it's only recently the numbers are really.
They're offering more subsidy lor.
Yeah.
Okay, next will be the sale of balance flats for February this year as well. Alright, they offered 4,320 units across all locations, quite varied. They have 2-room flexi from 126,000 before the enhanced housing grant. After enhanced housing grant,
got wrong or not? That number got wrong or not?
Number no wrong leh. After EHG,
listen, how much is it
like that, not 70 7,000
So $7,000 you can get a flat.
Yeah.
Okay? So there's no reason that somebody is homeless in Singapore.
Yeah.
So and then the 3-room starting from 143,000 after EHG, right? After the grant full grant is $38,000.
Wow. Also very good very affordable.
Yeah.
Okay, next we've got the 4-room from 229,000 before EHG to 149,000 after EHG. And then the 5-room, 406. After that will be 351. And then they have the 3-gen, which is quite rare, 3-gen flats from 595,000. Or after grants will be about 540,000.
Yeah, and this sales of balance flat units usually have like shorter time. You need to wait Okay, and sometimes it's already built one. sometimes it's ready to move in. That means when you do a transaction, about 3 months later, you can actually get the unit already. Okay, which makes them actually very, very attractive.
Yeah.
Okay, compared to the BTO and the resale stock, like.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest
Because it immediately got price difference already.
Yeah, I mean mainly most of these, I would say, it's a bit like private property, right? The closer it is to TOP, the faster it sells, the more demand it is. Because
Actually, my very first flat that I bought is sales of balance flat.
oh really?
Yeah. It's somebody they give up to the government, then I go and get the BTO from them.
Oh,
Sales of balance flat.
okay.
Yeah. But the time you see the
Don't need
price
to wait.
difference not so much.
I think the key was you don't need to wait long.
You need to wait, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so all the prices here after grants give all of you a great overview of BTO and sale of balance flats. They are extreme. It is fundamentally so much. I cannot say so much cheaper also lah, but it is a lot more affordable than the resale in the area, right? So this is going to be a very, even HDB want to attract all the buyers now.
Their marketing tagline is basically like they compare already.
Yeah, now they really put the resale. Last time BTO exercise no comparison one.
Yeah,
now they tell you resale versus new. You see, we are offering you a very large discount.
Yeah, and for the resale homeowners, right, that means actually there's more choice for the buyers, right? Some demand has gone to the resale instead, has gone to the BTO instead of the resale. So all this flash supply is going to affect you. That is actually moderating the resale pressure. Right? For the prime location, of course, resale may actually hold value due to the amenities that's already established and the unit that you have immediately because they need time to build .
But I think for prime locations especially, I think one thing that all of us cannot see today is actually the effect of the income ceiling on resale. So none of the projects have reached their MOP yet.
Yeah.
So that one we will only know in due time when these people want to exit. How will this income ceiling actually affect their resale prices?
Yeah. So just to recap, there's an income ceiling and there's a profit clawback. Basically,
Subsidy clawback.
Subsidy clawback. That is like based on the sales price. Yeah.
Or valuation, whichever is higher.
Yeah, we have actually touched on it at another episode already.
So I think the highest we have seen so far was Berlayar and
13 to 14%.
13-14%. Yeah.
Very high.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, this Redhill one is 6% only.
Yes. Actually, we will link the
Yeah, we'll link the videos all over here lah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Right. So now the interesting thing now is HDB. If I read between the lines I like to read between the lines. The moment they announced the February BTO, right? Where got people 3-4 days later, hey, we're going to launch June also.
They tell you that there's more upcoming.
Immediately tell you, hey, it's technically HDB's subtle way of telling the whole market, hey, we are still flooding the market. All right? So the June BTO exercise going to launch another 6,900 flats across 7 projects. All right? And this one, location, here properly, this one.
The location is
Solid locations, Ang Mo Kio, Bishan, Upper Thomson, Lakeview, not the Jurong side one.
These are the blockbuster locations.
Blockbuster location one. Next one also, Bukit Merah. Hey, the name come out again. Berlayar. So they're releasing another round of Berlayar. Sembawang and also Woodlands.
Yeah, the next round actually continues the trend of strong supply in both central, non-central, mature, non-mature estates. Okay, so we're going to break down each project from here a little bit. Okay, so from what we know, we'll break it down a little bit.
Okay, first one, Bukit Merah, also known as Berlayar. All right, so this is actually the Berlayar estate, former Keppel Club site at the Greater Southern Waterfront. HDB will launch 1,960 units here, comprising of 810 two-room flexi units, 170 three-room units, and 980 four-room flats.
So this will be very near to Telok Blangah MRT. Okay, part of the Greater Southern Waterfront precinct lah. Okay, so it's likely going to be very, very popular one. Okay, these flats are generally expected to be prime lah, because the previous Berlayar also prime.
Yeah, so prime, so prime.
Yeah, but the pricing will be released later.
Next, we've got the Bishan, Upper Thomson, and Lakeview.
Yeah, for the first time in 40 years, okay, HDB is bringing public housing back to Lakeview and Shunfu, that side.
And the last Shunfu was the blockbuster was J-Scape.
J-Scape.
Wow, those guys.
Hey, you know what? I recently did the price profit comparison, right? Some of them for the bigger unit earn $1 million.
Yeah, the 4-room, 5-room at J-Scape.
$1 million profit.
Profit 1 million.
Yeah.
But that's private. So we talk HDB.
Yes. So over there, let me touch on it. It's about 1,200 units going to be offered, okay, for the first project in the Upper Thomson Lakeview area. Okay, about 470 2-room flexi, okay, about 740 4-room, and then there will be some rental flats, about 50 of them.
So this is near Marymount and Marymount MRT and McRitchie Reservoir, right? So it represents a genuinely historic supply return after decades.
Yeah, really very long to have launched there already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then next one will be Ang Mo Kio.
All right, Ang Mo Kio is going to get about 1,050 flats across 2 projects, 480 units at Ang Mo Kio Avenue 2, comprising of 93 room flats and 390 4-room flats, 570 units at Ang Mo Kio Avenue 1, of which 370 will be 2-room flexi and 200 units of 4-room flats.
These are the location that is very family orientated.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's near to the school like CHIJ, St. Nicholas, Mayflower, and it's going to be quite popular among the families.
Yeah. So next, we've got 2 projects at Sembawang as well, right?
Yeah. This will include 2,000 units at the Sembawang North area. Okay. There will be one project that is about 870 units. There's a mix of like 2, 3, 4, and 5-room units. Okay. And then there's another one coming at 1,130 units. This one very special. They have multi-generation. They have 3-gen units as well.
Okay, so the nearest MRT for the Sembawang projects is about 15 to 20 minutes walk. But this is a new precinct, so it might attract families with looking for larger flats at more affordable price points.
So I will expect this one will be a standard.
Standard 15 20 minutes.
Project.
Hopefully lah. Or
yeah. If not, they put plus everywhere. Then no point already.
okay, lastly, we've got Woodlands, which is going to see 640 units with a mix of 2, 3, 4, and 5-room flats near the Woodlands Integrated Transport Hub, and will also be surrounded by amenities.
Yeah, so this next wave, right, brings supply to the places where demand has always been strong. Okay, so the central fringe, the Berlayar, and then of course the return to the mature area like Lakeview. Okay, of course family-friendly towns, Ang Mo Kio, Sembawang, and the north region like the Woodlands area.
Okay? So even without specific prices now, the flat mix and location already signal to us that HDB is going to balance demand for affordable housing options like, the Sembawang ones and the Woodlands ones, right? And the mature estate where we've got the Lakeview, Berlayar, right? So these are all the high demand. So they're trying to balance this. So this is going to implicate the biggest problem, I find the biggest challenge, the people who will be greatly impacted on this will be the resale market. Right?
It's actually already. So it's already have effect already. Yeah.
So all the current homeowners today, all right, they are going to get hit.
Yeah.
And impacted the most, right? So more supply in these areas will also mean the demand for your resale flats will definitely slow down. Where, So hypothetically put, you are a resale homeowner in a 4-room flat today, you are trying to sell at 500,000. HDB coming in at 250,000 only. If you are the buyer here, where will you buy? If you sell a better flat, even worse for you, right, as a homeowner. So I think this is something where the HDB owners today should be looking at, reconsidering their housing options and see if they can, plan something a bit further. If you need more planning, both of us are here. We can always set up a consultation. If you need us, just feel free to reach out.
Actually, to put it very, very, very bluntly, right, is that the HDB sellers are in a very dream state right now. They still think that their units are worth a lot of money.
No, it is worth a lot. But the thing is, it may not be worth as much.
Yeah, so the government is actually taking proper steps, right, to make sure their new supply is going to be very, very affordable. So this is using the supply to control the prices.
Correct. Yeah. So last time, before this Prime Plus and all these subsidy, right, how they used to control was they actually control valuation.
Yeah.
But now they control valuation, they not enough, right? Then they just flood like what we have said in our previous videos, right?
Yeah.
So all in all, there you have it, right? A full detailed look into the February as well as the June BTO exercises, all right, with the verified prices from HDB for the February launch, as well as the resale price comparisons.
So whether you are a first-time buyer or you are a homeowner, right, that's actually keeping an eye on the resale market. So, or you're just like curious what's going to happen. Okay, 2026 BTO supply, right, is going to be one of the most substantial ones in years to come.
Right? So I think for our viewers here, as we mentioned like 1 minute ago, if you want to know more about where your own flat is heading, what you should do today if you are a HDB owner, feel free to reach out to us. We again, no obligation. We can always set up a private consultation. Both of us are registered real estate people. All right, we can actually sit down with you, run plans and timelines with you, as well as projections, right? So I think that's all that we have for you for this episode. If you enjoy this content, remember to like, share, and subscribe.
And of course, see you next time.
See you.